Yes, y'all, it's a bright new day. We come to check on these guys to know how well they are doing. So last night I gave them multivitamins in their water. I gave them multivitamins after the medications for Samolinos was exhausted. So I gave them multivitamins in their water, but I just give them, let's say 16 liters of water, and they got exhausted before the break of dawn. So right about now, I need to fill up their watering cans and also their feeders too as well. So these guys have been a bit lazy picking on the crumbled part of the feed. So I decided to add a starter feed for them. Yes, I decided to add a starter feed for them, especially the Noilers. The Noilers need the starter feed. So the starter feed has helped them a lot. But the Broilers, their growth rate is quite slow and sluggish. It's not giving me the kind of results that I want, that I would prefer. You know, today is making it 4 weeks, and they haven't gotten to the size. In fact, this size they are right now is supposed to be size of like a 3 weeks plus. But everything good and nice. Their health status is okay. Just some mild cases of coccidosis here and there. I think maybe it's about 2 or 3 of them that has that coccidosis. So I want to give them multivitamin continuous today. Then later in the evening, we'll start a medication for coccidosis. Yes. So I'll have to pause this video to give them water and also fill up these feeders. Yes. See, the feeders are going down. So it needs to be filled up so that the feed can carry through for them all the rest of the day. This one is low. If I leave them this way, there's every tendency that the feed will not carry them all through the day. So I have to fill it up with more feeds. Yes, I can fill it up. I don't want them to be in a situation whereby the feed get exhausted totally. So let me just fill this stuff up. Now their washing cans are filled up. This is full. And this guy is over here is also full. So they are taking multivitamins currently. Yes, and their feeders are filled up too as well. You can see that guy over there. So I'm using 3 feeders and the birds are reducing because as the day goes by, I sell most of them as after brooding chicks. So after brooding chicks is a market that I am just tapping into, and that's the wonderful things about having a farm in the city. Yes, because if you have your farm in the city or a little bit outside of the city, you can be able to sell chicks as after brood, even if you're rearing birds in the rural setup. That's the advantage of having Noilers. Noilers is the chicks that they are chicks that people can easily afford. People want to raise birds at home, they can easily afford to buy Noiler chicks. So I've been selling them. And in fact, the profit margin I get from selling the Noiler chicks is same with the Broilers. Yes, it's same. As the day goes by, even the profit from the Noilers is even higher than the Broilers, because if I want to increase the price, just like the way the size of the Broilers are increasing, people might not be able to want to buy them. So that's one of the advantage of having Noilers. Noiler chicks are dual purpose chickens, and they have a strong resistance to illness, and they do not consume much. So it's something that people at home with little budget can raise. They can allow them to free range, to scout for food for themselves, and they will still be growing. Like these guys, they are still growing. Their growth is still nice. Yes, their growth is nice. It's commendable. I'm hearing a sound of a chick that is not too comfortable. Okay. So at this point, our job here today is done. Yes, our job here today is done. I thought how much this guy was being pressed. So my job here this morning is done. Till evening hours when I'll have to come back to fill up these drinkers. So had it been I'm using a nipple drinker setup, I would have filled water that's supposed to carry them all through for a good 24 hours. Since I'm using medications and multivitamins inside of the water. But be it as it may, I will still come back in the evening and fill it up. And during that period, that's when I'll be giving them lights for night hours. So these guys are doing amazingly well. Yeah, they are doing nice. Their litter is dry. I poured in enough shade, enough sawdust this day. So this will serve them for the next 3 days or so. Yes, serve them a little longer. So guys, it's all for this morning hours. Night time check. So wow. Yeah. The touch is fluctuating, it's acting funny. The waters are down. The waters are down. The waters are down. See, that's why I said I prefer using the nickel drinkers. But I have more of these drinkers. I have more of these plastic drinkers. But it's just that I have 3 feeders in here. I'm placing a third drinker here. It's going to occupy space. It's going to occupy space. And then on second thoughts, when the birds get out of water quickly like this, it's not a good thing. So this feeder, its feet are already down. Let me see how I can raise it up. So when this stuff is too low, feet can come down, especially when this feeder is being stacked with feed at the top. That's why it's good for some clearance underneath. When the clearance underneath is too much, it becomes another problem. So it needs to be properly set up. So this is night time. The birds do not have to stress to get access to food. I need to pick it up. During the day, I'll let it to be down. You can see properly during the day. It is night hour. So just bring it down. Let them have good access to feed. So their water is almost off. Let me lock up this. This ring at the top here needs to be properly locked in now, because it helps to barricade the feed from spilling out. So let me make it to sit properly. You guys get the view of what I was doing. So this ring, if it doesn't sit very well, because everything else are feeds will be spilling out. So but when it locks in very well, it won't allow feeds to spill out. So let me check it very well. This area is not properly locked. Ooh! I'm just pushing down the camera. Okay. So what we have here? So the broilers are coming up at their 4th week. I told you guys that I noticed coccidosis some days ago. So I will give them medication for coccidosis. Then once that medication is done, I will deworm them. So right about now, let me fill this drinker with water. Let me fill it up. So the feeders are occupied mainly by the broilers. They are the eating machine. See, the birds are reducing. They are growing bigger, and the Noilers are reducing. That's because I'm selling most of the Noilers as after growing chicks, and the market has been moving. People have been buying them. Yes, the cheese has been going well. So what we have here should be less than 60. I'll check my records properly. What we have here, and it won't be less than 50 Noilers. So let me fill up this container, and I'll be right back. So guys, I added Amprocos to this water. It's a medication for coccidosis. So I noticed about 2 or 3, let's say about 4 of them or more do have coccidosis, because I noticed some coccidosis red blood pool. So I'm giving them medications for the coccidosis. That drinker there is full. Is a full 10 liters drinker. It's more than 10 liters, about 12 liters of drinker. It has the Amprocos medication. So these guys are 4 weeks already. So by tomorrow, I'll check their weights and share with you guys what the outcome is. But their size isn't really big enough for a 4 weeks old brawler, you know. But that's because of the feeders that we are having. We are limited feeders and limited drinkers for them from the brooding stage up to this point. And they were more in a particular confined space. Like I can see here, this space is still not wide enough for these birds. If it were to be only the broilers, maybe it would have been okay. But with the Noilers, it's still a bit tight for them. So I'm still selling the Noilers anyway. So I'm still selling the Noilers and even some few of the broilers as after brooding chicks. So by tomorrow, I'll confirm with you guys the numbers of birds we have in here in this space currently, because I've been selling them as after brooding chicks. And I think maybe the broilers, I'll stop selling the broilers this week and just keep selling the Noilers gradually. It's just that we use the broilers to help the sales of the Noilers to be faster, because when people get to see the broilers in the cage, they attract them to want to buy the Noilers. But the Noilers is still moving because of it's a cheaper bed. They are cheaper beds and they don't require much to take care of. It's just that people prefer buying the males of these Noilers. And when there are so many females, it tends to become a challenge. The males usually get very big. The male Noilers get bigger. It's the same thing with the broilers. Even in the long run, broiler males usually get bigger than the females most times. So that's almost the same thing with the Noilers too. So we're pushing out more of the Noilers. The Noilers are remaining very few. I think they should be less than 60 that is in here. Should be less than 60. Remember, we brought in 100 Noilers and 100 broilers too as well. So I've been selling most of them as after brooding chicks. These guys are currently on finisher feed with some mild, with some little quantity of starter inside of it. Why I added the starter is because of the Noilers. You know, the Noilers, had it been they were on a separate space alone, they would have been feeding on just starter till when they get to let's say about 6 to 8 weeks, yes, or let's say 4 weeks. Or 4 weeks at this stage at 4 weeks, they are still looking small. So they would have still been on starter till even when they get to 8 weeks, yes. So help them. It's still almost the same procedure of taking care of the layers, same procedure you can use for Noilers. You know, give them starter for 8 weeks, then maybe afterwards give them finisher feed, since most of them you are raising them to consume, you know. So guys, that's basically it for today. We're done for today. So I'll share with you guys updates how we proceed in the coming days. So thanks for watching this part, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.